I think we're live. Are we live? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new live stream. And that is right, we are back with another stream on this beautiful August 30th. Today, we are doing a live discussion. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm certainly having a great day myself. And we are doing a live discussion on what are the impacts, as of now, on the Trump mugshot. As in, what are we seeing in the polling? What are we seeing in all the other metrics about the Trump indictment? That's the focus for today's video, or today's stream, I should say. So, yeah. Now, before we continue with today's stream, I hope you enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. So, and like usual, if you have any questions, concerns, or whatever that you want for sure answered, the best way to get that answered is by sending a super chat. Of course, all support's greatly appreciated. Of course, if you have a question in chat, I'll try to read through everything. But, yeah. Princess Writer for 5. New Bears Florida poll. Trump leads primary 58-18. In the general, Trump leads Biden by 10, while Biden beats DeSantis by 0.1. So, as for the primary part, if Trump's really up by 40 in Florida, I mean, that's supposed to be DeSantis' best state. If you're down 40 in your own state, how much did Rubio lose by? Rubio lost Florida by like 12 or whatever. It wasn't that bad. 2016 primary. How much did he lose Florida? He lost by 18. So, if he loses Florida by 40, jeez. Now, that's, of course, accounting for did he drop out or not. But, as for the general, I could see Trump winning by 10 in Florida. I don't see DeSantis losing Florida, though. Like, for all the problems he has, I think that's more to do with, like, some of these Trump voters. They're going to vote for DeSantis. It's not going to be 80% like some people claim. I think it's going to be a chunk of Trump or bust. But I think some of these voters will still vote for DeSantis at the end of the day, but it still will be much closer than it should be. Overall, I do agree with that. Are you going to stream next week for Utah's second primary? Yes, we will. And before we get into the Trump stuff, we got some breaking news. It's related to the Arizona Senate election. Everyone, brace for impact. Blake Masters plans another Arizona Senate bid, this time for Sinema's seat. That is right, everyone. It appears that we are going to have Blake Masters running for the Senate seat in the great state of Arizona. This is a great day in human history. Because, as everybody knows, we are enjoyers of Blake Masters on this channel. Of course. Blake, yeah. Of course. Alright, sorry about that, folks. I'm just doing something. Main thing is Princess Writer for 2. Main thing is 30% of Trump voters would write in. That is a fair assumption. I guess that is fair to say that. Whoops, what was that? Yeah, so, sure, you can make the argument that there is a Trump or bust vote. I just don't know how big it's going to be. Man Melt for 2. AO just came in. Can I get a recap so far? We just started, and I'm pulling up the... I don't know why my browser's acting up today. Which, by the way, we are going to change some things around for the next couple streams. Make it a bit more professional, a bit more nice. You know, we're going to upgrade the setup. We're going to go from, like, an F tier setup to D-. Alright, but yeah, Blake Masters is making plans to launch another Senate bid, potentially as soon as next week, according to 3 people familiar with the matter. Now, I was not allowed to say this, but I'm not one of the 3 people, but I did know that Masters was probably going to run from people that actually know Masters, and a few people that have conversations with him. It was kind of inevitable that he was going to run, but yeah. Masters did not reply to a request for comment. Masters won the GOP nomination last year, but lost to Democratic Senator Mark Kelly in a critical swing state. But that was because of McConnell being McConnell, which we'll talk about McConnell a little bit. That's just sad what happened to him today. But it also sounds like Lake is probably going to run also. I mean, I think this is going to be a bloody primary. It's sounding for sure Masters versus Lamb. But if you get Lake in there, oh my god. Listen, I am Masters or bust at this point. I do not trust Lake right now. I just, not trying to be rude or anything, but I know some other people follow me, but I'm just saying that I don't think Lake can win. You know? Yes, Masters did worse than Lake, but that had to do with other circumstances out of Masters' control. He went against a stronger candidate. He went against a more nationalized election. And he had less funding. So, and Lake lost to somebody she should have won easily. And I know the election stuff, but oh boy, there's probably a rant incoming about the election stuff. What she said on Twitter to Masters and his people, okay. If you don't know, Team Lake on Twitter, they attacked Masters for not talking about election integrity. I mean, why? Masters is living his own life right now. And they're attacking him for not talking about the election 24/7. It's like, he's been working behind the scenes to figure out what went wrong and how we can win. I'm just getting sick of some of these people. And I'm not attacking Lake or anybody in particular. But I am not a fan of going after Masters. Which, mind you, Masters is my guy. I've supported him before anybody even knew about him. Look at the videos I had back in, what was it? My earliest video I had on him was, Masters. My earliest video on him was, I believe, in, like, June of 2021. I talked about that. It was way before anybody else did. Yeah, September of 2021. Hey, Rap, do you think Lake has been a little off after the election? Yes. I don't know what's going on. I'm not alleging anything, but I just still think she handled the election well, or her quote-unquote defeat. Even though I have my opinions on that defeat that she had. I mean, there was bullshit that happened. But, yeah. Masters is a great candidate. I like his policy. There are some problems with his campaign that he even admitted that he's going to solve next time. Man ignored my most recent super chat. Did I? Oh, sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Man Milk for 2. What would be your favorite slate for down ballot in 2024? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like, for the Senate? Or what? Yeah, I saw the super chat. I'm a bit confused. Like, are you talking about, like, for what seat? List candidates for all races. Oh, God. That's gonna take a while, but Blake Masters, obviously in Arizona. Rick Harrison in Nevada. Wisconsin, just go with Hovde. I don't freaking know. Ohio, go with Moreno. Let's see. Montana, Rosendale, obviously, because he's exposed as a fraud. Yeah. Bro. Duster Carter for 2. Will Arizona be traded for Nevada by Republicans, basically? I could see it. But in that circumstance, you do lose some electoral votes. Mathematically, you do lose 5. But I think long-term Nevada's better. Definitely better for Republicans in Arizona. I support Jeff Gunter, an America First candidate in 2024. Is that the Nevada guy? The ambassador? I don't believe Harris would actually be a good candidate. I think he would fit Nevada because he's a bit more libertarian. What about Caldwell, Idaho City Council District Number 3? I'm not attacking anybody on Twitter, but some of these people need to get freaking lives. I can care less what happened in a county in Iowa that has like 2 people in. I can care less what election happened, what city council election. I'm just being honest. We're using this as evidence that the blue wave is incoming. It's like not every election indicates red wave or blue wave. There's just some people, I don't know. Carrie Lake attacked the other guy, not Masters. Well, no, she attacked him for having him on it. I'll get the exact tweet. Mike Rogers, consider a run for Senate. Your thoughts? If it's not James Craig, I'll take it. Not the frickin' hedge fund guy, at least. Wait, let me see this. Do you think Republicans will win the 2008 Vermont precinct number 5729 by 2 points or 2.1? That's some of these people on Twitter. It's like, who gives a shit about every single election? It's like, again, every election's important, but you cannot use every election as evidence of a blue wave or not. Guys, we only won Sheep Whisperer of Nebraska by 29. Yeah, it just, you keep looking at it, it's like, not every election's the same. Has James Craig announced yet? It sounded like he will. Blue wave is happening because Republicans lost in Stalin County special election by 50 instead of 40. You know what's really happening? This is my explanation for the special elections. 10 years ago. Okay. Who votes in special elections? Chat. After I read the super chat, just describe who votes in super chat. Or who always votes. And who votes heavily in special elections. Duster Carter for 2. Republicans keep Georgia, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Nevada. Lose Arizona and Michigan. And Pennsylvania is close. I actually agree with most of that. And then when its main House special election goes Republican by 6, suddenly special elections don't matter. Yeah. Terminally political people. That's kind of... There's some old people, yeah. Here's the best one. It's old white educated voters. That's who votes in all these elections at higher rates, especially special elections. And what group has shifted the furthest Democrats since 2010? Old white college educated voters. College educated voters as a whole, but old white ones. I'm just being realistic here. That's what's happening. Special elections are turnout games. And, well, they have shit turnout. Just saying. Surprise flip Virginia. I don't think so. I don't know about that one. That one's pushing it. Special elections always have like 5% turnout. Yeah. I mean, these voters, they're going to vote no matter what, but they're not the same voters as 10 years ago. Why are we losing old people? I actually don't know. This is a weird phenomenon. I mean, you look at the new polling data. Trump is doing in some polls 15, 20 points better than other Republicans with young voters, but like 5 points worse with older ones. I mean, there is a shift happening. There is absolutely a shift happening with older voters becoming more Democrat and younger ones becoming more Republican. Because, I mean, hey, I don't know what's happening. You want to think that makes sense, but yeah. Big Boy Berg for 5. What's going to be the craziest thing we see if Trump ties Biden in the popular vote? If it's tied, the craziest is probably like Minnesota being close, like really close. Stephen Howard for 5. Are you worried that they, being FBI, DOJ, current White House, etc., will be able to prevent Trump from taking office if he wins? They're going to try. I guarantee you, they're going to try to do the exact thing they wanted Pence to do with the electoral votes. How much you want to bet? If Trump wins, suddenly, the vice president can read and decipher who are the ones that are, what's the real electoral votes? Hippies have become the old voting bloc. That is true. Yeah, that's the 60s. That's 60 years ago, so, yeah. Dustin Carter for 2. High school and college males are shifting conservative. Yeah. It's not just white. It's not just Asian. It's every single one. Even young black voters. Some people are claiming it's going to be a 30-point shift. That's not what's going to happen. But there is a clear shift with black voters, especially younger ones, towards the Republican Party. It's just factual. I don't get this. I don't get why it's some controversial opinion to say, yeah, minorities, including young black voters that are working class, they're shifting Republican. I don't get what's the crazy conspiracy. That's just factual. I mean, Trump got like, what, 20% with young black males or something crazy? I don't know. Old people are more financially secure and they also are more likely turned off by Trump's attitude. True. There are a lot of good points here. Democrats are now trying to go after Michigan even though their own independent commission. Yeah, everybody see that? The Democrats are suing the Michigan map for violating Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. These people are freaking dumb. Let me just, let me pull up the map for Michigan. Just to show you guys what they're exactly suing. Because, boy, is this some kind of crazy thing. Nixon lore. No. But you guys want to see the map that they're suing in Michigan for violating the Section 2? And reminder, this was drawn by the same independent commission Democrats praise all the time. This is the map they're suing. This is considered illegal. And let me actually get a better map. Let me just get the Michigan election results to show you guys what the map looks like up and close. Right here. I mean, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up anymore. Okay, sorry about that. There we go. Oops, sorry about that. I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. Okay, let me just... Here we go. I pulled it up. There. This is what they're suing. Man milk for 5. Michigan is not lost like Arizona. Michigan GOP being dumb isn't Michigan being liberal. immigration, free trade, and Ukraine are old targets on Biden's back. That is true. And again, of the 3 Midwestern states, I think Biden has the most appeal in Michigan. Because he was affiliated with Obama, but look up they bailed out the auto industry in 2008. So, but I mean, just look at this. This is considered an unfair gerrymander. Ben 6 for 5. The majority minority districts of the 90s were hideous. Look at North Carolina, Louisiana in the 1992 House elections. Oh yeah. You want to see some really bad maps? I mean, this is considered illegal. Even though the redistricting commission made this map as fair as possible. What they're going to try to do, this is why the Section 2 has to go. Or, yeah, the part where these these districts have to be drawn like this because they have an X% of the population. That shouldn't matter. They're going to go after, I guarantee it, like somebody says in chat, when they're going to go after Maine, they're 90% white, but they need to have a majority minority district. Let's see here. Needs more red districts. I agree. Again, no county splits is the way to go, because what color are the biggest counties typically? Well, yeah. County splits should be one of the biggest things. Like the voters in, say, Lansing, Michigan are not going to be the same as, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Just an example. They're not going to be the same. And it's just like an example in Florida. The voters in Jacksonville are not the same as Tallahassee. Just saying. Let's see. They want to go after John James. Yeah. What a freaking ironic suit. We need to ensure minority rights. So we're going to try to kick off one of the... it never ends. They don't care about... Again, if black voters were Republican, they wouldn't give a shit about them. They wouldn't. They were like, oh, we gotta get rid of Section 2. We gotta abolish it for democracy. According to Democrats, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Delaware are all white supremacist states. Yeah, they all vote like 90% Democrat. There's not a single Republican representing those congressional seats in any of those states. And Maine's like 55-45. John James will win no matter what. He outperformed Dixon by 12. Yeah, I think James is fine. But they're going to try to do something ridiculous with his seat. Honestly, oh gosh. I hope this backfires. And this ends up with them overturning Section 2. Oh my gosh. I hope that suddenly the liberal justices on the Supreme Court say, no, Section 2 is actually illegal. Problem with Maine is only America First can win the 2nd district. Yeah. Trump's the only Republican that's won it since when? Without winning the state. I mean, who was the last Republican to win it? Presidentially. Reagan? Maine 2nd. I actually think it was Reagan. Maybe Bush, the first one. I can't think of who else won it. It's probably like Bush. That's my guess. The first one. Ungerrymandered Vermont. It's one district that's gerrymandered. But that's the logic of some of these people. Since Reagan. Bush. It was Bush Sr. That's what I thought. It was either Bush Sr. or Reagan. For sure Reagan, obviously. Yeah, okay, Bush 88. Yeah. I was kind of certain on that, but yeah, thanks for clarification. Pro got within 1,000 votes. Yeah, that was his closest state, right? It was Maine. He did so good. He did really good up there. Yeah, Pro only lost by 4. South Dakota's gerrymandered. The funniest one was West Virginia. There's some like shitty independent commission Twitter account. They say Wyoming needs an independent redistricting commission. Oh gosh. But yeah, it's one of those things where I don't get some of these people. If 2 states agree to it, should districts be able to cross state lines? No. Well, I think I think it has to depend on the circumstance. Like, okay, let's say Nevada and California agree to make maps, but make it cleaner or something. That can work. But my fear is then you get like New York, Connecticut, Vermont. Dear Lord, they just make one big district. Ugh. But I mean, I know it's supposed to be based on state, but if it's, I don't know. 11 County, Texas, as well as county. Well, yeah. It's Texas. That's pro state. Nixon lore part 3. I'm not doing Nixon lore, no. The native minorities in Oklahoma, North Carolina, Minnesota, and Wisconsin don't vote the same. Yeah. Go look up the voting habits of the ones in Oklahoma and in North Carolina. Wisconsin's like D plus 90. Yeah, go to the Oklahoma ones. Let's go see how Democrat they are. Oh gosh. Let's see here. Thoughts on Vivek rising the trusted polls post debate. We're gonna get to that. I'm conflicted on the surge that Haley's seen. Because you start looking at some of the other polls. Wait a minute here. There's something not passing the sniff test. Just a couple things here and there. In New Mexico, non-Hispanic whites are only 42% of the population. Where's our minority rights? Yeah. Well, they claim, they can't make a majority white district. It's like, you can, but it looks hideous. We need a majority Hindu district. Alright, let's get into the topic of today's video. The electability argument. And let us start with, let's look at my polling aggregate. Because why not? Let me just, turn that off. There we go. And there. This is a current state of affairs for polling. Trump, of course, is up by a ton. But look at the interesting thing. August 23rd, that's the day of the debate. DeSantis was at 13.8%. Today, he's at 13.3%. He went down a half point since the debate. Ramaswamy actually went up slightly. Well, Haley actually had the biggest bump. But here's the big catch, and I think it's right here. And we make fun of 527, but you know what? Ever since Nate Plastic left, they've gotten a bit better with some stuff. Took 30 minutes, yeah. Dustin Carter for 2. Need to run a Bush. Bush Sr. won Vermont in 1988. Yeah, I mean, Vermont was not the same as it is now, but the rap polling aggregate is smart because Haley never surpasses Pence. Well, it's just polling. That's all it does. None of this bullshit of, oh, well, I think this pollster is inaccurate, so I'm not gonna kick it out. I'm gonna kick it out. Real American, would Santos win a majority gay district against a straight Dem? Don't know. But okay. So let's look at some of these polls. Let's look at the Economist. Yeah, there we go. So, oh, no, that's the wrong one. No, what are you doing there? Okay, pre-debate. On August 15th, Trump was at 55%. While post-debate, he was at 52%. DeSantis pre-debate, 16%. Post, 16. Ramaswamy, how do you say his last name? I still can't. 4% to 6. Then Haley went up a point. Pence stayed the same. Tim Scott went down 1. So you start looking at these polls, and you start to realize some very suspicious stuff. Like Patriot polling. Who the hell made this? Is this frickin' Big Penguin polling 2? What is this? Trump plus 20. And it's not like, insider advantage where, hold on, there we go. It's not like insider advantage where they have DeSantis at 18. No, they have him above 20%. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Haley went up a point. But you start looking at some of these pollsters. Yeah, show more polls. Let's look at, where's Fox? Because Fox, we all know Fox made a fake poll. Let's be real about that. Who's their pollster? Trying to think here. Yeah, you start looking at some of this. I mean, Kaplan Strategies has Ramaswamy in second now. Man Milk for 2. Would you vote for a candidate who has autism? Yeah. It depends, what do you mean by how severe? It depends on what position. Fact check by Real Patriots. But yeah, it's you start looking at some of these. There's no sign of a magical DeSantis surge. None at all. There's nothing. I mean, you look at YouGov before and after, and YouGov I have my issues with, but alright. Actually, Morning Consult. That's one that's been polling every day, basically. It went from Trump at 58% to Trump to 58%. Before and after the debate. No change. And Haley, this surge that she's seen, it went up 2 points. Whoop-de-frickin' do. Where's the surge coming from? Oh my gosh, I went up a point. Because Trump didn't show up. I guarantee you if Trump did show up, Haley would have gotten squat. I mean, you can't make this up. People seriously believe Haley is secretly surging. But that is not all. You want the icing on the cake of all of this? Let me just pull this up. Because a poll came out today that it made DeSantis Democrats shit themselves when it was released. YouGov. Let me get this. Man Milk for 2. High functioning, but he's arse at debating. I would vote for him. If he's good on policy, I'm fine with him. And Nameless Bandicoot has joined the channel. Welcome, good sir. Thank you so much for being a supporter and joining the channel. Real American supporter. Thank you. But yeah, let me pull this up. We should be good here. All right. YouGov from The Economist. Trump plus 1. Post frickin' indictment and mugshot. And let's look at the other ones. Biden plus 1. And this is registered voters. On July 25th, Biden plus 4. I know earlier in June it was Trump plus 4. But you start looking at every other poll. None of these polls against Trump in the past couple of weeks have him losing by more than 4 or 5. Okay, there are 6. That's the largest one. These same polls back in 2020 had him down 15, down by 10, 9, all of that. YouGov had him down by 12. And they have him up by 1. There is a sign here that some movement is happening towards Trump. And YouGov is always, especially the Yahoo News, and they haven't released their poll yet. Yahoo News is the most Democrat one, by far. But the other YouGov polls show Trump winning the popular vote. Big Village, Trump's down by, actually tied, if not winning. You look at, compared to DeSantis, He's outrunning DeSantis by 3 to 4 points. Where's the electability argument? When the only data we have for freaking electability right now is polling, which I'm not saying listen to polling 100%. Where's the electability here? Guess what? 5 months ago, DeSantis was polling slightly better than Trump. Now, Trump is kicking DeSantis' ass when it comes to going against Biden. It's factual. DeSantis down 5 points at RCP. Yeah. 5 points. And these people are assuming a magical surge will happen any minute now. He's doing much worse than Trump. Yeah, he's doing 5 points worse on average. Prince Rider for 5. DeSantis is dead. It was leaked his campaign pushed the New Hampshire removal of Trump. I'm still hesitant on that one. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is true, his career's done. Even if he has a good response in Florida with the hurricane, which he is. If he did legitimately try to get Trump off the ticket for the 14th Amendment, no, you're done. Kapooey. Goodbye. Good luck. Let's see here. Will Trump be able to prove? I'm not going to say that, but there's definitely, it seems the narrative on 2020 has been changing slowly. People are starting to admit, yeah, there were some things here and there about 2020. Rob is never consistent. He is flip-flopping, tries to act a role that he doesn't fit well. Yeah. This is the perfect example of DeSantis. Compare him at a press conference in Florida today to him doing a rally in Iowa. When he is being himself, being the effective governor that, well, not that charismatic, still focusing on what matters, trying to be an effective guy. That's what made people want to support him. People are not wanting him. Stop trying to emulate Trump in a shitty fashion. Trump's the only one that can post a mugshot and go up in the polling. If that happened to DeSantis, he would crash by 20. I don't get why they're trying to make him beat Trump. I don't get it. His whole persona was he is Trump without the baggage and an effective governor. DeSantis has ruined his image of a pragmatic governor. Yeah. Which I don't think that matters much because it's Florida, but still. Let's see. Trump is a well-established meme king. Yeah. Go talk to any Gen Zer. Talk to any of them. And I guarantee if they're on Instagram, on Twitter, whatever, I 100% want to bet they have memes of Trump. Just saved. I guarantee it. And not of just like making fun of him. Well, some do, obviously, but I guarantee you a large part of Gen Z, or yeah, just an example, they have memes of just Trump being Trump. Like the, oh, wow, you're telling me this for the first time. Stuff like that. For DeSantis, the memes are him being just staring at the camera and like being a Homelander about to kill frickin' how does he laser? He kills like 50 people, hundreds of thousands of people, but who was it? Who does Homelander like laser in the face? Trying to think of the name. It's like that. He's holding back his smile. Or just when he, there was that anti-Homelander rally, he kills everybody. It's just like, that's what he seems like. He seems like Homelander about to kill everybody. With a fake smile. Dustin Carter for 2. Can we get some post-indictment state polls? Georgia, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. I haven't seen any yet. I would like to, though. I would be very intrigued with what's happening. And I swear, if they showed Georgia like Trump plus 6, I'm gonna laugh. Some protester. Yeah, it was a I thought it was one of the main people. Yeah. Yeah, he does smile like Homelander. Let me just, Homelander smile. I mean, you look at this guy, okay. If you know who Homelander is, he's a frickin', imagine Superman, but like, just a complete lunatic. Alright. This is frickin' Homelander. This is the Homelander smile. This is his famous thing, okay? You see it? Well, let's look at DeSantis. DeSantis smile. I mean, okay. I mean, this is not even fake. This happened in the debate. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, we have Homelander. Excuse me, I had a voice crack. And look at this. I'm not even, this is not even a joke. Bro makes pop culture references and explains them. Well, yeah. I mean, let's see here. So Homelander is the Superman after killing the Joke. Listen, he makes Injustice Superman look like a Boy Scout. This dude killed thousands of people. He's nothing. But, I mean, nothing compared to Homelander. Even though Superman would one-shot this guy, but... it's the same smile. It's fake as shit. I mean... yeah, just... Very sad. Very sad state of affairs. But I had to bring that up. It's freaking Homelander. Goofy ears. What? Just normal. But, I mean, you can't make this up. It's like, who smiles like that? Yo, Rap, did you hear about the Pence and Mitch McConnell calling for Iraq-style boots-on-the-ground regime change in Russia? Are you serious? Did somebody say that? Did Pence actually say that? Ron DeSantis is Homelander. Yeah. Again, I watch The Boys. I'm not a genius in that world, though. It's freaking hilarious, but yeah. Billy the Butcher still the best. Jeb would run a better campaign. I mean, I think he would have. What would happen if the U.S. tried to overthrow Putin? World War III. So, Homelander is at least funny. Yeah, I mean, well, every time Homelander's on the screen, you just want to know what he's going to do. Like, who is he going to kill this time? Who is he going to just screw with this time? What meme we're going to get this week? The ending of season 2. Look that up. Look up Homelander, I can do whatever the F I want. Oh gosh, The Boys are freaking entertaining. Even though some of the commentary is a bit on the nose, but whatever. It's freaking... The Boys. Go watch it. Be warned. It's meant for mature people. That's a fair warning. Will Biden withdraw before 2024? I don't think so. Hey, Rob, did you watch the Vivek video from like 2004 talking to Al Sharpton? Yeah, I saw that. Don't know what to say of that. Santos will unironically win the primary because there's like 9 Republicans taking him on. Yeah, I hope he wins. Just to be a big fat FU to certain people. Should I fluke against Santos? I'm pretty much just rapping in New York third, huh? They can't throw Trump in jail, can they? I have my doubts. Because would the Secret Service allow that? I mean, I don't see that happening. They would tell them, be like, no. I just don't see how that's gonna happen. McConnell's got to go too. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. He, I think had another seizure today. Or something. He did the same thing as he did a couple weeks ago. Just stood there, like, oblivious to, like, I don't know what's happening. I am not mature because I only care about New Hampshire's 15th city council election for city executioner commission in 1872. Talk about Turtle, Mitch's freeze. Yeah, he froze up. Did the same thing as he did 2 weeks ago or whatever. Let's see. McConnell should just resign now, yeah. Make the Kentucky governor election about if Cameron wins, I will resign. Then suddenly all the Democrats vote for Cameron. That's actually a good strategy. Just say, vote for that candidate, and I'll resign. Dustin Carter for 2. Will Alaska, Washington 3rd, New Mexico 2nd, flip R. What about Boebert? So I'm confident about Washington 3rd. Alaska thinks going Democrat. New Mexico 2nd? Possible. Boebert, I think, holds on, but just gotta see. Just gotta see. Trump wins, I will resign. Yeah, I mean, I always laughed at this, like, this should be a theory, like, you get some super hated politician on one of the parties and say, if you vote for this candidate, I will resign. If he wins, I will resign. You resign, and they appoint you to that seat. Oh, just do it. That would work brilliantly. McConnell's just basking in the sun like a turtle. Don't judge him. He's a bit of the turtle needs to go. McConnell. He is just... wow. Absolutely useless. Best way to describe him. He's done nothing for years. New Mexico's be in play for Republicans post-2030. My source? My instincts. Don't know about that one. Maybe one of the districts could be, but New Mexico will become closer. I'm one of those people in the camp that I don't know. Really don't know. He should have retired in 2020, yeah. I mean, dude, you did a good job with the Supreme Court stuff, but you should have gone off on top. Like, okay, there are some things here and there, but he did a good job, mostly, in Trump's first term. But then he, well, went off the goop. Don't know what happened to him. Frickin' loser. That's what happened. Oh, yes, I'm gonna just be the complete opposite of what I was 2 years ago. Don't get it. Chat, I don't get it. Who's the best person to replace McConnell? Probably Massey. Yeah. For Kentucky, it's Massey, I think. But for the Senate, we gotta hope for, like, the guy from Wyoming, Barusio. Yeah. He's in leadership. He's, like, kind of conservative. Compared to the other idiots, he's freaking a nationalist compared to some of these people. That's how sad the leadership is. It's who he really was. Yeah, but at least he pretended to be good. Like, effective. Like, you hate the guy, but got the job done. Did his job. Then he hates Trump all of a sudden. Alright, sorry about that, folks. Massey, he has streaks of libertarianism. That's his problem. Like, Like, too much. Not just, Ron Paul type. It's like, dude, what is this? Hey, Rap, do you see any hope for the West Coast Republicans anytime in the near future? Yeah, a couple congressional seats here and there. Maybe a couple statewide seats. But outside of that, no. I'm not gonna go vote for this because libertarianism. Yeah, I mean, Massey, he's kind of Ron Paul in some aspects, but then he's not. At least with Ron Paul, you knew what you were getting. With Massey, sometimes it's like, is he gonna vote yes? Wait, we need Ron Paul again. Just clone Ron Paul and put him there. Because Ron Paul was based mostly. Like, yeah, he's a libertarian, but it's like, I can live with Ron Paul types. Not others. There's definitely some people that, not good. Not good. Excuse me. Let's see. Yeah, I forget how I want to see a scorecard. Yeah, so we're gonna see. I really want to see, like, how conservative Paul was. Yeah, Massey never votes yes. Except when it increases the frickin' debt limit. Ron Paul voted against every frickin' thing, including the debt limit stuff. I mean, look at his voting record. That's based. How will Trump ensure what happens in 2024? Just vote. Gotta get out and vote. And, well, volunteers, poll watchers, volunteer to vote early, all of it. That's how. Do you think the GOP will ever see a 1984 style landslide again? I don't think so. I don't think either party's going to. Unless the GOP is dumb enough to, kick Trump off the nomination, then there's a possibility of 08 on steroids happening. But Ron Paul would never raise a debt limit. Unlike Massey was trying to be a peacemaker or something. Yeah. He is... It just, Ron Paul would never... No, he says no. We're not playing this game of, oh, we promise you that if you sign this on, we'll definitely pass what you want. It's like, no, I get it now, or screw you. But that's what we need more of. It's like, no, I get it now in writing, not, oh, just a handshake as a promise. Here, thoughts on Tulsi Gabbard consider a run for the Hawaii Senate seat. Is she? Is she actually running for the Senate seat, or considering it? She's probably the only one that could, like, not get curb stomped compared to other Republicans. Like, she would lose by, like, 15 or 20 or something instead of, like, 40, That's about it. That's, like, best case scenario. Will Virginia be a swing state in 2032 or 2036? I don't think so. I want a Trump versus Obama 2024 prediction. Michelle Obama's not running. Let's see. I want Tulsi in the cabinet. I agree with that. Put her like Secretary of State. I think she'd be good at that. Do you think Ron Paul would have beaten Obama in 2012? I think so. Because Ron Paul had a brain. He absolutely had a brain compared to the rest of the GOP. I mean, the fact that you had Ron Paul or even Rick Santorum, it's just like, you pick Romney? I don't know about that. Blake Masters for Senate. Yes. 100% endorse him. If it's 100% true he's running. Hot take, Republicans might eventually win the Hispanic vote. In some states, yes. Ron Paul could win the primary. That is true. But they picked Mitt Romney instead of, like, hell, Santorum I would have taken. not Mitt Romney. You picked the one guy that probably couldn't beat Obama. There's a lot of cultural attachment to being a registered Democrat at the local level from the Civil War and Reconstruction. A lot of history to it. It's starting to fade, though. That's actually a good point. Because it's like when you were a registered Democrat, I'm the blue collar party. You know, my grandparents were Democrats, all of it. But now it's like, no, not anymore. New York Times' latest poll got Trump with 47% of the Hispanic vote. I don't think it's going to be that high, but at this point, who knows? The Romney documentary is so funny. Yeah, didn't he get, like... It was an election night. He was expected to win, and then, like, the results from, like, Wisconsin came, and he was getting crushed. And he picked, oh, gosh. One of the worst VP nominees you could have ever picked. Just... And of course, that had come from my state. I just love it. I just love the fact that we had to deal with frickin' Romney picking Paul Ryan. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like, that's why the GOP sucked for 30 years. You barely beat Kerry. Good job. Yeah, I said Paul Ryan. Hey, Rap, who is more eluctable than Trump who is running right now? I don't think there's anyone. There is nobody. You can't name one that's more, quote-unquote, eluctable that's running. DeSantis has, well, engulfed the goop on certain issues, which I support some of it, but some of it's like, dude, who are you appealing to? Then you have Christie, who would get 2%. Mike Pence would get crushed. Nikki Haley would get crushed. Tim Scott would, I think, do better than expected, but I think he would lose. Ramaswamy, I think, is kind of a fraud. People are going to see through that a little bit. DeSantis has blown up his chances. It's Trump or nothing, like somebody says. It's Trump or bust. I agree with that. Will Hurd. Honestly, Will Hurd would get... Will Hurd may, like, not even win a state. Man Milk for 2. Fun fact, the 2012 VP debate was Biden's only win. Yeah. He was actually a good debater back then. Lesser extent. I'm not on Twitter, but is Rufus still supporting DeSantis? Oh, don't ask about Rufus. Chat, if you know who Rufus is, don't look up his Twitter account. It's gone off the rails. Even for his standards, it's not pretty. Rap, do a video on Pennsylvania Supreme Court. Maybe. How's that looking, by the way? Anybody know? 2023 Pennsylvania Supreme Court election. I really haven't heard anything about that. Like, zilch. Nothing. Let's see. How will the 1910 California Bakersfield City Construction Manager Board election in a ranked choice voting system in a midterm election? That's the meme of the day. Easily. I love, like, the sad part is some people on Twitter act like that. It's like, in 1926, for the Wyoming wolf catcher election, there was 5 people that voted. Here's how this will determine the 2024 presidential election. Let's see. What do you think about GOP primary candidates who are campaigning on saving our democracy? I mean, it's gonna need to flip the table, but kind of cringe. Not gonna lie. We pick that up, who knows? Pennsylvania primary numbers don't tell you squat. Yeah, I learned my lesson on that. As someone who's from Pennsylvania, I've seen nothing about it from either side. You're in a very important part of the state. Yeah, I haven't heard anything either. And I am out of state, obviously, but no one has even talked about it. What do you think of a video breaking down a four-way 2024 race with third-party Trump versus a neocon Pence versus Biden versus Cornel West, or no labels? In that circumstance, no labels would 100% run. It would get kicked to the House. Over the Senate. Oh, gosh. You talk about a chaotic election, that's going to be it. Honestly, Trump may win the plurality of the vote in that circumstance. That's the funny part. Because it'll be so chaotic, everybody splits the vote evenly except him. Pence probably takes fifth. Hey, Rep, did you know that the Hawaii had a Republican governor during the 2000s? Yeah. It just, some people make it sound like this is why it's Washington, D.C. will be Republican in 1996 because the mayor election was close. Let me pull that election up, by the way. 1990 D.C. mayor election. Because there was one race where it was actually, like, really close. Yeah, here it is. Gentlemen, I present to you chaos. There we go. Look at that. There was a time the Republican Party did get within 20 in Washington, D.C. just for a mayor election. This actually happened. Oh, man. Rap, who would win the 1867 Oregon Special Election District 37? Mayor race in a purple wave year with an unpopular incumbent and under a modified ranked choice voting system and multiple scandals. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is real. Carol Schwartz, her name is. 1994. Oh man, I gotta see this. I want to see what her, like, I guarantee you she's like a modern day Bernie bro. Let's see. Okay. This is the ideology of the Republican that came within 15 points of winning. Schwartz is a moderate Republican, fiscally conservative and socially liberal. She opposes redirecting public money towards private and religious school through school vouchers, and supports allowing smoking and nude dancing in bars. This is the GOP that some people want. Who would want that? A fiscal conservative, she supports reducing taxes and smaller government budgets. She has blocked legislation requiring large retailers to pay a higher minimum wage to their employees. Schwartz supports abortion rights, has been supportive of some gay right causes. 2008, Schwartz announced her support of domestic partnerships, but she opposed instituting same-sex marriage in 2008. She said her opposition stems from not from her opposition to same-sex marriage, but her belief that it would engender a backlash from Congress. Oh, this is amazing, isn't it? Schwartz believed that Congress would quickly repeal the law and seek to overturn pro-gay legislation in the district, such as domestic partnership registry and gay adoption law. She said she would probably would have voted in favor of the bill to establish same-sex marriage in the district if she was certain Congress would allow it. Schwartz has also voted for legislation prohibiting insurance companies from discriminating against people with AIDS. Schwartz is opposed to including former criminals as protected classes in the district's human rights law, saying that jewelry stores should have the right to not hire convicted jewel thieves. Frickin' DC. The fact they're even talking about this. Schwartz also opposed the extension of district's youth curfew in 2007. She voted in favor of the Accrued Sick and Safe Leave Act, which required district employers to give their employees paid sick leave. Schwartz is in favor of instituting capital punishment. While Schwartz supports giving the district full representation and full control over its own affairs, she does not favor statehood for the district, saying statehood would be cutting off the nose to spite our face. We wouldn't give up our unique status to the national capital. Schwartz endorsed Biden for president during the 2020 election. Man, this is that's the Electabro. That's the definition of freaking the Electabros. I'm not even kidding when I say that. That's all of them. Yeah, that's the most conservative person in DC. Now that somebody now I brought that up, somebody's gonna, gosh. Kansas GOP, she's an extremist. She's awful. She's against school choice. Against school choice. She's for gay marriage. She's for DC representation in the Senate and the House. Everything. I know it's DC, but still, it's like, congratulations. You're good on one issue. Biden Republican. That's the swamp, everybody. She endorsed Biden in 2020. Tim Scott, according to LTE. Yeah, but does anyone care what she has to say? There's way more egregious rhinos. Come on. Really? I understand it's DC, but... imagine just going to an event and saying, I support nudity and smoking. My campaign slogan is, make smoking great again. Oh. Yeah, it's just, it never ends. You think you've seen it all, but then you see that. Okay. Alright, so, gentlemen, if you got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, any of that, send them now or forever go in peace, because I think we're going to head out. We got over everything I wanted to talk about. We got over the freaking memes. How can the 1868 election in Oregon determine 1920? Jeez. The fact that's actually real, to a lesser extent. She's more conservative than the average Utah representative. The sad part, that's not halfway off. That's some legitimacy to that. Let's see. Make cigars great again. Most conservative Canadian. Real. I just love it. Just love the chaos. Let's see. How will the election of Rutherford Hayes in 1876 affect the 2024 election? It never ends, does it? Opinions on the coup in Gabon. Yeah, there was a coup in Africa, right? Or where was it? It was a French... was it French? Something... Yeah, I think it was a French colony, I believe? Hey, there was a coup. That's like, what, the 5th coup this year? I don't know, man. Something's up. Rap, look up Wyoming House 2008. It's crazy. I think I already know this. Yep. Republicans nearly lost it. How will the election of Charles de Gaulle in 1958 affect the New Mexico precinct number 34 black voter turnout in 2024? But we're at a point where some people are actually like that. Anyways, folks, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy the stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, thank you all so much. I appreciate all the support. We'll see you guys in the next stream, video, or whatever. Godspeed. Oh, hold on. Before that, look up the scandals. What? There are scandals for this? What? I don't see anything. Don't know. But yeah, Godspeed.